What's up, YouTube? Thanks for joining the channel today. It's a little bit nippy out, but we're gonna go out for a ride and talk about a couple of things. Alright, so it's almost the end of the year. It's December and the year has really flown by. Typically around this time of year, I'm in a very reflective slash contemplative mindset. I've been thinking about this whole year, this channel, my bikes, and future things. And that's kind of what I wanted to touch on today. I wanted to talk about this bike. I've had this Lowrider S for a little over a year now. This bike has been great. I've done a lot of things to it, taken it on a few road trips. You know, it's been a great bike. So for me, I've started asking myself, all right, what else is there to do on this bike? And there's still plenty. And so that's really what I wanted to get into today. Talk about like my future plans for this bike, a couple of routes that I'm thinking, and I would love to just, you know, kind of bounce that off of you guys. That horn is just so, that horn lacks a little bit of oomph. Back to what I was saying, I've had this bike for over a year, and when I bought it secondhand with like 400 miles on it or so. And one of the reasons why I bought this bike is because it already had a lot of the add-ons, the bolt-ons that I would have done myself from the get-go, like the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing, the Saddleman step-up seat, TBR 2-into-1 exhaust. Yeah, so it had like a lot of the essentials, the basics. Of course, I've added this riser, Lucky Dave's riser, to it. Slowly, over the course of time, I've made this bike my very own. There are still things that I think this bike lacks. So the first thing is, you know, this bike needs a cam. And the reason why I say that is because M8s, like out of the box, they sound terrible. Once you add some pipes on it and all that, it sounds better. I don't know, it doesn't sound like a Harley to me. That's why I went back to a Sportster, because, you know, that Evolution engine sound just can't beat. So I know that this bike, in order to kind of wake it up and also to make it sound like a Harley, to make it have that lope, I need a cam. So that's the first thing that I am thinking about. The cam, the reason why I haven't done it yet is because it's a pretty expensive modification. I have no intention of doing it myself. It's like a 6 to 8 hour job, and I'm sure with my skill set, it'll stretch it out to, you know, 12 to 16 hours or so. So I want to take it to a shop and I want to get that done. I have my eyes on an SNS 475 cam with the oil pump kit and all that. It's like a good $1,500. And not only that, you'll also need a tuner to go along with it. Now, when I bought this bike, it had a Vance & Hines fuel pack. That's not going to cut it with the SNS cam kit. So I know I'm going to need another tuner, and that's going to set me back like $500 to $800 depending on how I want to go. Park over here. So yeah, that's like $2,300, and then you add the cost for the installation. My ballpark math, my napkin math, puts me at about like $3,000 for the cams. So that's a pretty expensive mod. You know, I've done the 1275 kit on my previous Sportster, and that was pretty expensive, but nowhere near the cost of the cam kit. I could try to do it myself, but you know, I get a little flighty with an M8 engine. But that's the biggest thing that I want to get done, maybe in the next 12 months or so, if I can kind of squirrel away my pennies. And then the other big thing that I'm thinking about is switching up this Road Warrior fairing to like an FXRT fairing, right? I've been kind of doing my research, kind of looking around here and there. There's a few options, but that's also going to be a pretty expensive modification, another $2,000-$3,000 range. So right there, like that's $5,000-$6,000. And then, not only that, I also want to get some bags. I want to get those saddle bags that everyone has, the soft shell saddle bags. They look great. That's going to put me at about like $600-$700 or so. And then after that, that pretty much gets us about like 95% of the way there. I'm also going to need new tires at some point, but that's not really a modification. That's what I'm thinking is in the future for my Lowrider S. So that's route 1. That's route A. The other route that I've been thinking about lately is just trading this bike in and going into a Lowrider ST. I know, it's kind of crazy. I don't think I'm going that route, but I'm entertaining the idea more and more. And here's why. The Lowrider ST already comes with the fairing. Now say what you will about that fairing, but I've test ridden it and it does a really good job of blocking the wind. It comes with the hard shell bags, right? So I won't have to get bags, and it already has like a Screaming Eagle cam kit in there. I know that once you've added pipes in there, it really does sound really good, and you get the bonus of having the 117 engine and all that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, do I dump more money into my Lowrider S, which I love, and set it up in the way that I would want in the long run, or do I just go trade it in for the Lowrider ST? That's kind of what I've been thinking about. I'm saying all this stuff now, but I am nowhere near in the decision-making time frame, you know? But these are the things that I've been thinking about, you know, as I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and as I've been watching other people upgrade their bikes. It gives me ideas for what I want to do. If I had to make the decision today, if money wasn't a factor, right? Because, you know, if I trade this in, I'd probably get like 15K out of it, and then the Lowrider SC will be about 25K. That's $10,000, still a lot more expensive than, you know, doing all the modifications yourself on my Lowrider S. But as I'm weighing these costs, you know, it does make me think about like when I can do them and the sequence. But yeah, these are the long-term plans. You know, I've thought about like, you know, as I get a little bit older, I'm gonna do longer trips, and the Lowrider ST would definitely get me there much quicker. But that's kind of what I've been thinking about. All right, that's my video today. Just letting you all know the future plans for this bike. It's either one way or the other. I'm going to make more modifications to it, or I might potentially trade it in for a Lowrider ST. Who knows? Maybe I'll be looking out for a deal on a Lowrider ST if I can find one. They're incredibly hard to come by in the used market, or even new. But yeah, that's my future plans. I love this platform. I don't necessarily want to go to a bagger just quite yet. I still think this is like the Lowrider S or the ST has a great blend of both like spirited riding and can do some long distance trips. So I want to stick with this platform. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for joining, and I'm gonna skate out of here. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Peace.